welcome to the 2022 Hog Show. At this time, we would like to recognize our men and women in uniform. So if you are an active military or a veteran, at this time, please stand. We would like to introduce our judge for this evening's show. Our judge tonight is Ethan Williams. He is 29 years old and from Coolville, Ohio. He owns and operates Williams Family Show Pigs, where he and his family raise purebred and crossbred show pigs. He has been judging for 8 years at the county and jackpot level across the Midwest. He's married to his wife, Raisin, and has 2 kids, Kyla and Carson. At this time, please give our judge a warm welcome. Now entering the ring for Class 1, James Bevins, Madison Bevins, Stephen Jenkins, Brant Gore, Mason Jones, Lane Bell, and Memphis Jones. Judge, this is your class.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's certainly a pleasure to be here in Lawrence County this evening and get the opportunity to work with your kids and sort your market hog show here tonight for your 2022 fair. We're going to move right through these tonight, guys, in a market scenario or breeding. I kind of know what I'm looking for. We're going to find it and get everyone out of here. I think to start this first class, I think we've got a pretty logical place to start with the young man's kind of chrome-collared hog here in front of me. This is one that just offers the most in terms of back shape, in terms of rib shape when you get up on top of him. It's the heaviest muscled hog of the class, probably the stoutest in terms of feature and density of skeleton. I think that's a nice kind of a good-looking hog from the side to win this particular class. Second place will be the young man here, 442, closest to me. Again, just looks the most like our class winner in terms of stoutness of feature. One that's big-bladed, big-footed, hits the ground comfortable on both ends of that one's skeleton, gets out and still has some look. Young man does a nice job showing it. Third place will be the young man there stuck on the far side, and one that just runs out of substance and power today relative to the 2 ahead of him to get any higher in the class. But a really nice class to start your show. Let's give all those exhibitors a nice round of applause.
Results from Class 1. In 7th place In 7th place, Madison Bevins. In 6th place, Mason Jones. In 5th place, Memphis Jones. In 4th place, Stephen Jenkins. In 3rd place, Brant Gore. In 2nd place, James Bevins. And in 1st place, Lane Bell. Now entering the ring for Class 2, Alexis Freeman, Lacey Jenkins, Chloe Mount, Brock Fleeman, Nate Wheeler, Addison Berry, Braden Davis, Grady Holland, Heidi Lambert. Judge, this is your class. At this time, we would like to thank our sponsors for this evening's Hog Show. Our sponsors are Art and Amy Bell, Jason and Kelly Forbush, Wade's Work and Western Wear of Coal Grove, Ohio, Matt and Ben Ferguson, Starlight 4-H Club, and the Lawrence County Agricultural Society. Please give our sponsors a round of applause.
Well, another nice class here. We're going to start with the young lady there in the black sleeveless shirt in the corner of the ring. And I think one that wins this particular class pretty easily just from a muscularity standpoint, one that's fresh today in terms of back shape, still gets out with a pretty comfortable skeleton. It has some reach and range of motion and flexibility. Comes at you with a bigger, deeper chest and one that's just stouter featured than the one below him in second. Young man that comes in second is one that's really nice in terms of angle as that one skeleton. Really good in terms of how she sets into her blade and her hip and rear hock and hind leg. Just runs out of gas in terms of shape and muscularity up high for me. Today we need to get a little more product laid on that one for a market hog show to get any higher. Round out in third here with the young man that won. We just need to relax that one in its spine. That one's hitting its outside toe as she goes away from you, and consequently she's pushing on her hock awfully bad for me today. We can fix her in those couple areas. I think he can certainly move up as well. If you would give all those exhibitors a nice hand.
Results from Class 2. In 9th place, Brock Fleeman. In 8th place, Addison Berry. In 7th place, Chloe Mount. In 6th place, Braden Davis. In 5th place, Lacey Jenkins. In 4th place, Alexis Freeman. In 3rd place, Grady Holland. In 2nd place, Nate Wheeler. And in 1st place, Heidi Lambert.
Now entering the ring for Class 3, Caden Mount, tag number 401, Lindsay Freeman, tag 748, Lydia Saunders, tag 597, Mackenzie Daniels, tag 447, Wyatt Owens, tag 975, Caitlin Maynard, 449, Josh Saunders, tag 595, and Mackenzie Daniels, tag 448.
Another class with a pretty easy place to start, I think, in the young man's belted gilt here, and one that just kind of has the proportions and show ring look and eye appeal that we're looking for, one that skin and hair is in good shape. Young man does a nice job showing. That one just comes at you so opened up in terms of chest floor and depth of lower forerib. I think that's one that's really good about his muscularity tonight. That's a gilt that still gets out, and for how much he's got, still handles it awfully well and stays pretty true and square from hip to hop to ground. One that's extra stout in terms of feature and density. Really nice hog to start that particular class. Second will be the young man's that comes next, and I'll be the first to admit I'd like to add quite a bit of condition to this one. One that just wants to get a little bit too hard in her muscle pattern to make up for me today. I think if we can soften that gilt up, she's one that's got a nice structural foundation and skeleton to build on. Nice gilt to be in second. Third place is the bearer that comes next, the young lady here, and this is one if we could just add some stoutness of feature in terms of circumference of bone and foot and ankle to that one to kind of match the proportions that he's got working in the upper 2/3 of his skeleton. I think he'd be better off. His biggest flaw for me today, we've got to get both of, or all four of his feet rather, picked up on both ends of his skeleton there. He gets a little flatter about his pastern work for me, wanting to labor off both ends too much to get any higher in the class. If you would, give all those exhibitors a nice round of applause as they head back to the barn.
Results from Class 3. In 8th place, Mackenzie Daniels. In 7th place, Caitlin Maynard. In 6th place, Mackenzie Daniels. In 5th place, Caden Mount. In 4th place, Lindsay Freeman. In 3rd place, Lydia Saunders. In 2nd place, Wyatt Owens. And in 1st place, Josh Saunders. Now entering the ring for Class 4, Caleb Ritchie, tag 755. Lakin Berry, tag 395. Rocky Huff, tag 436. Zachary Adkins, tag 434. Anderson Myers, tag 772. Emery Clark, tag 767, and Gracie Saunders, tag 592.
Another class here with a pair, I think, at the top end of this particular drive, and I think we're going to elect to start with the young man here right in front of me. And this is one that just probably has the most in terms of presence and balance and design for me from the side. Sure, I'd like to fix the gland underneath that one, but this gilt comes at you with a big chest for her. She's one that's got some shape and some look and some extra feature about her forearm and the circumference of her cannon bone there as she gets out, where she wins a class for me pretty easily today. She's got the longest hip, takes the longest stride, and pushes the most ground behind her as she gets out and goes. Second place will be the young man's on the far side, and I wish this young man could just kind of get this gilt to grab a gear and go, because I think if we could get her head up and maybe let her get out and stride just a little bit, she may look better. But for me today, she gets a little drier about the center portion of her body. She's one that takes a shorter step off the rear end of her skeleton. If we could just change her in those areas, I think she pushes that class winner awfully hard. Third place, we round out with the young man's kind of big, bulky barrel here, one that's just burly and big in terms of center body and mass and dimension. Just needs more shape and eye appeal to get along any better today for me. Again, let's give all those exhibitors a nice round of applause as they head back to their pens.
Results from Class 4. In 7th place, Lakin Berry. In 6th place, Gracie Saunders. In 5th place, Zachary Adkins. In 4th place, Rocky Huff. In 3rd place, Caleb Ritchie. In 2nd place, Anderson Myers. And in 1st place, Emery Clark. Now entering the ring for Class 5, Brant Gore, tag 430. Cody Walker, tag 422. Meredith Humphreys, tag 774. Rocky Huff, tag 435. Shayna Leffingwell, tag 758. Bentley Holland, tag 417. Lydia Saunders, tag 598. And Memphis Jones, tag 406.
Well, again, I think a relatively easy place to start with the young lady's gilt here on the far side, and one that just offers the most in terms of look from the side and extra heaviness of structure. This one gets out and moves very, very well for how much she's got in terms of her frame size and package and product today. I think that's one that's got the most shape in terms of muscle pattern today, one that's probably just got the best look, probably the stoutest featured in terms of tail root and the width between that one's eyes and skull. I think that's a really nice kind of a gilt to win this particular drive. Second place will be the young man right here in front of me with the belted barrel, and this is one that, again, if we could just kind of free this one up and let him take just a little longer, more comfortable step as he hits a surface, just re-coordinate him a little bit, I think he can move up as well. But he got beat by an awfully good one. Where he beats the one below him today in the young ladies is he's just got more shape and true rib in terms of when you get right on top of that one. But three really nice hogs there, if you would. Let's give all those kids a nice hand.
Results from Class 5. In 8th place, Lydia Saunders. In 7th place, Cody Walker. In 6th place, Memphis Jones. In 5th place, Brant Gore. In 4th place, Rocky Huff. In 3rd place, Meredith Humphreys. In 2nd place, Bentley Holland. And in 1st place, Shayna Liffingwell. Now entering the ring for Class 6, Levi Ross, tag 763, Haley Beckett, tag 426, Allie Day, tag 438, Kayla Britchie, tag 756, Gracie Saunders, tag 593, Jackson Gates, tag 400, Brinley Gore, tag 432, and Mason Jones, tag 966.
A little more interesting class with quite a bit of give and take here. I think we still got an easy place to start with the young man's barrel. And this is one that's not perfect. I'd like to just kind of relax him in his spine and let him just kind of get out and go a little easier, but certainly one that's been fed and fit well. I think that's one that's fresh, ultra big legs, ultra stout in terms of feature and density of skeleton. Really, really a nice kind of a show bearer there to win this particular class. Second's going to be the young man here coming at me with the blue and red shirt, and this is one I'm the first to admit doesn't have any in terms of extras, in terms of feature, bone, foot, muscle. It's just one that's kind of a no holes. When you really study that one's skeleton, she just beats the one in third because she's just so much more comfortable out here off both ends. Young man that comes next is is kind of the market yield extreme, one that's just absolutely shredded in terms of muscularity. We'd like to just tone that one down, just soften that one in terms of appearance today, and she's really wanting to labor on the front end of her skeleton there as she kind of gets out and goes. We've got to free her up and re-coordinate her at the surface to get any higher in the class, but a really nice bearer there to win that particular drive. Let's give those kids a round of applause.
Results from Class 6. In 8th place, Haley Beckett. In 7th place, Gracie Saunders. In 6th place, Allie Day. In 5th place, Brinley Gore. In 4th place, Mason Jones. In 3rd place, Levi Ross. In 2nd place, Caleb Ritchie. And in 1st place, Jackson Gates. Now entering the ring for Class 7, Alyssa Wall, tag 419, Meredith Humphreys, tag 775, Grady Holland, tag 414, Tucker Huff, tag 409, Easton Collier, tag 746, Lane Bell, tag 751, and Brayden Davis, tag 749. We'd like to welcome our judge this evening, Ethan Williams. He is 29 years old and from Coolville, Ohio. He owns and operates William Family Show Pigs, where he and his family raise purebred and crossbred show pigs. He has been judging for 8 years at the county and jackpot level across the Midwest. He is married to his wife, Raven, and has 2 kids, Kyla and Carson. Let's give our judge a round of applause.
Well, very interesting and kind of a challenging class to sort, as we've got 3 hogs here that are different in type and kind. And I'll be the first to admit I hate to use the little pigs. I don't like the ones that kind of just need more growth and frame size and scale to them. But I think today when we kind of weigh our options, I think the young man's Black Bear is the one that just combines the most amount of positives. Where he particularly wins this class is just how he uses and the functionality of his hip as he gets out here. As he goes away, he's still square from hock to ground. I'd like to lengthen him in his cannon bone, make him bigger and he's type and kind, and maybe freshen him up if I'm getting just a little bit picky on him. But I think just he puts the most positives together and just balances up the best in terms of kind of getting those pieces put together. Second for me will be the young lady's belted gilt here, and one that has a really neat look from the side, one that just is a little bit bigger in terms of frame and scale. That one just gets a little straighter about his rump and flatter throughout his hip. One that just goes down from the ground, from hip to hock to ground for me from the side. I just like to give that one more angle and just let him have a little bit more reach and range of motion out here on the surface. One for me. If we can fix that gilt in her hip, she certainly wins this class for me. Third place is kind of the interesting gilt here on my right, and this is one that is bigger in terms of type and kind. That's one that has a lot of growth left in it, still has some look, just doesn't balance up well enough. When we kind of study that one about how she puts her pieces together, she gets a little tighter and raised in her spine. We'd like to just relax her, pick her head up to tie higher out of the top side of her shoulder blade moving forward. But again, a nice gilt there to be in third. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Results from Class 7. In 7th place, Tucker Huff. In 6th place, Braden Davis. In 5th place, Grady Holland. In 4th place, Easton Collier. In 3rd place, Alyssa Wall. In 2nd place, Meredith Humphreys. And in 1st place, Lane Bell. Now entering the ring for Class 8, Devin Fife, tag 779. Kaylee Maynard, tag 450. Cameron Kearns, tag 413. Levi Best, tag 599. Caleb Mount, tag 402. Haley Kipp, tag 439. And J.R. Dade, tag 437. Just a reminder to any exhibitor with 2 hogs, you need to pick up a drop slip form from the announcer's stand at the end of the show. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Art and Amy Bell, Jason and Kelly Forbush, Wade's Work and Western Wear of Cold Grove, Ohio, Matt and Ben Ferguson, Starlight 4-H Club, and Lawrence County Senior Society. Give them a round of applause.
I think a very easy place to start here in this particular class with the young man's calico gilt, and one that just kind of hits the ring and has the show ring presence and look about her, one that's still fresh in terms of condition today. I think her best day's probably just another week or so out, but I'd rather be 11:30 than 1 o'clock on show day. Young man does a nice job showing her. Skin and hair is good. I think that's one that just kind of fits me in terms of frame, size, type, and kind for me to win this particular class. Congratulations to him. Second will be the young man's white, kind of blue-eyed gilt, and this is one I think if we could kind of get skin and hair on that one going and get just a little more top shape and spread and muscle in that one, I think that one actually pushes that class winner awfully hard. Really a nice looking gilt from the side. Third place, we round out here with one that we just need to fix off both ends of her skeleton. That gilt one, we want to pull her shoulder blade back in her and just keep her from rolling forward, kind of pick her head up out of the top side of her spine there a little bit and fix her on her rear leg as she goes away. But a really nice class there, nice pair at the top end.
Results from Class 8. In 7th place, Levi Best. In 6th place, Haley Kipp. In 5th place, Kaylee Maynard. In 4th place, Caleb Mount. In 3rd place, Cameron Kearns. In 2nd place, J.R. Day. And in 1st place, Devin Fife. Now entering the ring for Class 9, Haley Beckett, tag 427, Jackson Gates, tag 398, Samuel Cook, tag 971, Anderson Myers, tag 770, Devin Fife, tag 778, Wyatt Owens, tag 972, and Zachary Adkins, tag 433.
Well, again, I think an easy place to start with the young man here on the rail in front of me, and one that just offers the most in terms of substance and power and dimension today. We get on top of that one opens up. Really a big open top kind of a bear that comes at you with some chest, still has some bone and foot to kind of match what he's got up top. A nice kind of a bear to win. Second's going to be the young man's belted gilt there, and that one that just gets too frail at the surface for me. We just need to stouten that one up in terms of bone and foot size, give it a shot more power and spread through the center portion of her forerib and upper body to compete with the one ahead of it. Round out in third with the young man's blue hog that we just got to fix in terms of feet and pasture and strength to get any higher in the class. Nice class again, if you would. Give those kids a nice round of applause.
Results from Class 9. In 7th place, Zachary Adkins. In 6th place, Haley Beckett. In 5th place, Wyatt Owens. In 4th place, Samuel Cook. In 3rd place, Anderson Myers. In 2nd place, Jackson Gates. And in 1st place, Devin Fife. Now entering the ring for Class 10, Alyssa Wall, tag 418, Dawson Forbush, tag 393, Cameron Kearns, tag 412, Nate Wheeler, tag 759, Emery Clark, tag 766, and Easton Collier, tag 744. Just an announcement, we will be taking a 5-minute break before final drive, but all exhibitors need to be on standby for final drive.
Well, I think a really, really nice pair here at the top of this particular class in the two blue gilts. We're going to start with the young lady on the far side in the pink shirt, and that is a really, really good one in terms of design and balance. One that gets out and uses her parts and pieces like she should and still comes with some extras. Really nice gilt to win this particular class. Second's going to be the young man's blue hog coming at me. I think if this one can just get on a diet change and just kind of freshen that one up just a little bit and come with a little bit more spread of skeleton there, that's an awfully, awfully nice gilt. Really good gilt to be in second behind an awfully good one. Third place, we'll round out with the young lady on the far side, one that just wants to roll off both ends of her skeleton. We just like to freshen her up and get her head up relative to the two ahead of her to get any higher. But a really nice class there, all three gilts, really, really nice hogs. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Results from Class 10. In 6th place, Dawson Forbush. In 5th place, Nate Wheeler. In 4th place, Easton Collier. In 3rd place, Cameron Kearns. In 2nd place, Emery Clark. And in 1st place, Alyssa Wall. Now entering the ring for Class 11, Cody Walker, tag 421, Josh Saunders, tag 594, Parker Foster, tag 972, Shayna Leffingwell, tag 757, Bentley Holland, tag 415, Levi Ross, tag 765, Tucker Huff, tag 411, Jason Lewis, tag 777, Levi Best, tag 600, and Parker Foster, tag 973.
Another interesting class here, and I think we've got yet again pretty easy place to start with the young man's kind of off blue gilt over there. But, and this is one that I'll be honest with you, this one doesn't hit me super hard. She doesn't come at me with enough in terms of substance and power and center dimension for the frame size she's got. But one that's very correct in her skeleton, gets out really balanced in design and good looking from the side. Just a really kind of a good hog with no holes. Second's going to be the young man that comes next, and this is one that just maybe gets a little too terminal for me. We'd like to soften that one up, relax that one about her hip, make her a little bigger in terms of bone and feature to get around the one ahead of her. And third, we run into the young lady's barrel there that walks out and just gets a little bit too low fronted in terms of overall frame size for me. But a really nice class there. Let's give those exhibitors a round of applause.
Results from Class 11. In 10th place, Tucker Huff. In 9th place, Levi Best. In 8th place, Cody Walker. In 7th place, Parker Foster. In 6th place, Josh Saunders. In 5th place, Parker Foster. In 4th place, Bentley Holland. In 3rd place, Shayna Leffingwell. In 2nd place, Levi Ross. And in 1st place, Jason Lewis. Now entering the ring for final drive. First place from Class 1, Lane Bell, tag 752. First place from Class 2, Heidi Lambert, tag 762. First place from Class 3, Josh Saunders, tag 595. First place from Class 4, Emery Clark, tag 767. First place from Class 5, Shayna Leffingwell, tag 758. First place from Class 6, Jackson Gates, tag 400. First place from Class 7, Lane Bell, tag 751. First place from Class 8, Devin 5, tag 779. First place from Class 9, Devin 5, tag 778. First place from Class 10, Alyssa Wall, tag 418. And first place from Class 11, Jason Lewis, tag 777. Judge, this is your class.
Well, if you would, let's put your hands together for all your final drive exhibitors and class winners. As we kind of get all these class winners out here, I think the one thing I try to kind of stick to in terms of what my personal preference is structural integrity and ones that have a decent foundation in feet and legs. And sometimes that can be hard to do and not contradict yourselves at the county fair level when there's some give and take, and sometimes you got to play the cards you're dealt. And and that's just part of it, and I understand that, and I'm okay with that. And so you can probably look out here at a couple and disagree with me, and I'm fine with that. Next year you'll have someone else, and that's fine. But I pick them how I like them, and I think that as I kind of get around it and evaluate all your class winners here, I think it does come down to 3 or 4 for me, and I think there's one that probably just kind of ties all the parts and pieces from all of these, all the good parts and pieces together. One that offers the most just in terms of being structurally correct to start with, and then still having some muscle shape and some density and some stoutness, a feature in terms of skull and head, still has extension through that one's front 1/3 of her skeleton and still can get out and drive. And then when you get on top of this one, probably as much back and true shape and spread in terms of center dimension and rib and back shape and muscularity that we've seen today. I like the frame size on this one awfully well as well. I'm not going to give a big speech, guys. I've been on a microphone all day. I've been up north and a different county fair this morning and been on the road most of the day. What I will tell you exhibitors is 2 things. First and foremost, leave whoever it is that gives you the opportunity to be here tonight, make sure you thank them, because it's going to run out on you before you know it, and you'll be on the other side of the ring. So whether it's mom or dad or grandma or 4-H advisor or friend, whoever, make sure you thank them, because one day you'll realize what the opportunity meant to you now, and even if you're thankful now, you just don't understand till it's over. Number 2, I encourage all of you to reach out to a family that may not be quite where you are in terms of quality of show pig or quality of showman, and offer them a hand, because I know that every kid in this industry has some sort of a pretty good moral compass. I've never found one that hasn't, so that's something to commend everybody on. Thanks to the parents. It's been a great group of kids to work with, very, very respectful. Thanks to the show staff for having me. I'll put the microphone down. I'll go find your champion hog, and we'll work your top 10. Thanks again.
Your 2022 Grand Champion Market Hog is Alyssa Wall, tag 418. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 10, Emery Clark, tag 766. We need third place from Class 10 to the holding area. Your 2022 Reserve Champion Market Hog is Devin 5, tag 778. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 9, Jackson Gates, tag 398. Anderson Myers, tag 770 to the holding area. Your 2022 third place overall Market Hog is Devin 5, tag 779. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 8, J.R. Day, tag 437. Cameron Kearns, tag 413 to the holding area. Your 2022 fourth overall Market Hog is Jason Lewis, tag 777. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 11, Levi Ross, tag 765. Shayna Leffingwell, tag 557, to the holding area. Your 2022 fifth place overall market hog is Shayna Leffingwell, tag 758. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 5, Bentley Holland, tag 417. Meredith Humphreys, tag 774, to the holding area. Your 2022 sixth place overall market hog is Jackson Gates, tag 400. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 6, Caleb Ritchie, tag 756. Levi Ross, tag 763, to the holding area. Your 2022 seventh place overall market hog is Emery Clark, tag 767. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 4, Anderson Myers, tag 772. Caleb Ritchie, tag 755, to the holding area. Your 2022 eighth place overall market hog is Lane Bell, tag 751. Now entering the ring, second place from Class 7, Meredith Humphreys, tag 775. Your 2022 ninth overall market hog is Meredith Humphreys, tag 775. Now entering the ring, third place from Class 7, Alyssa Wall, tag 419. Easton Collier, tag 740. Your 2022 10th place overall is Bentley Holland, tag 417. This concludes our final drive. Your 10th place overall is Bentley Holland, tag 417. 9th place overall, Meredith Humphreys, tag 775. Your 8th place overall, Lane Bell, tag 751. 7th place overall, Emery Clark, tag 767. 6th place overall, Jackson Gates, tag 400. Fifth place overall, Shayna Leffingwell, tag 758. Fourth place overall, Jason Lewis, tag 777. Third place overall, Devin 5, tag 779. Second place overall, Devin 5, tag 778. And your grand champion market hog, Alyssa Wall, tag 418.